I have a question. What is worse, being hopeless or being utterly useless? So, first of all, I'll give you two demonstrations. Now, what I'm going to achieve here is very simple, and it knocks out 90% of window cleaners, or maybe 95% of window cleaners on YouTube, how to clean a window. Because not all YouTube window cleaners use standard performing tools. So, zero detail, zero mistake on the glass. Example number one, and example number two. Now, I want to achieve zero detail, zero mistake, and I'm going to do it differently because I'm going to use a different size tool, but the end result is zero detail, zero mistake. Now, one way of working was easier, but took a slightly longer time to do it, but 100% of the time, clean this window, that window, those windows over there, using a smaller squeegee, this soap solution method, this saturated washer, using liquidators of different sizes, 100% of the time, in the hand, I'm going to get those windows cleaned quicker, more efficient and effective, high quality results than any window cleaner on YouTube that do not use these tools and do not use these methods and do not use these techniques. So 100% of the time, it's not 90%, it's not 80%, it's not 50-50, it's 100% of the time. So what's the difference between being useless and hopeless? So if you're hopeless, there is no hope for you. And for window cleaners, I would say the majority of window cleaners that you see on YouTube are hopeless at using squeegees. People might even think they're actually good at what they're doing, but they're hopeless because they're working longer, harder, slower and get less results. And after watching video after video of me showing a better, more efficient and effective way, they're still working the same as they're doing today, last year, 3 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago. They're hopeless because their ego will not let them work any other way. That's the simple fact. And they're working longer, harder, slower and getting less results. So, a lot of the problems people have is they see what I do and they want to emulate it. Don't try to do what I do, just listen to what I say. So, if you've got a smaller squeegee, you can put the squeegee in the right place at the right time. And although you might be useless at using this tool to begin with, there is hope. There is hope because if you're hopeless, there is no hope. But if you're useless, you can improve. So ask yourself, are you hopeless or are you useless? Because you really want to be useless. Because once upon a time, I was useless. Now, how did I get from being useless to being the way that I am right now? Well, I didn't listen, I didn't want to emulate, I didn't want to work like a window cleaner, but I am a window cleaner. So what do I mean? Right, so where do I get my inspiration from when I was learning how to squeegee? It was definitely from no one off YouTube, and I've been cleaning windows now for 14 years, and it was really definitely from nobody working in the street. Although when I couldn't use a squeegee, I wished that I could just do a simple fanning technique. But once I got the knack of using that fanning technique, because I found a better method to work on, it was lights out. I was not interested in how anybody else worked because I developed my own way of working. But I was useless. So, putting the tool in the right place at the right time. Now, although I'm cleaning a window, I'm not working like a typical window cleaner. So when I look at something or somebody who excels at something, let's say snooker, boxing, darts, football, rugby, tennis, whatever, in terms of being a highly precise, accurate, skillful, thoughtful, someone thinking 5 or 6 steps ahead, athlete, that kind of thing, that's the sort of information that I want to use in the way that I work. So I don't want to work like a window cleaner, because I'm saying all these window cleaners that you see on YouTube using squeegees, they're pretty much hopeless. They're hopeless because they're only stuck one way of working. They're not improving. They're not thinking, is there a better way? They're hopeless, and I could tell them 1,000 times and they still will stay working like they are, because it's an ego that won't allow them to ever get out of the rut that they're in, because they're in a rut. And not so bad if you're in a rut, you're not harming anybody, but when you start saying, this is what I do, this is what I feel is the best, feel or know, because I know what's the best. I don't feel anything. I'm telling you, it's black and white, yes or no. And some people like that, some people don't. A lot of people don't. So what am I doing? I'm being like 4 or 5 steps ahead. Put the squeegee, if it doesn't work like that, I've got to now put it in a different place, and I'm thinking where I'm going to land this squeegee, being exact, being accurate, no problem. Zero detail, zero mistake. Compared to anybody else on YouTube that doesn't use these squeegees, always 100% of the time, more efficient, more effective, and higher quality result. Now, put my squeegee in the right place at the right time. 100% quicker, more efficient, more effective. Did I work fast? No. 100% results? Yes. Not 50% of the time, not 60%, not 99% of the time, 100% of the time. Aim for 100%, zero detail, zero mistake. If you aim for that high number, you're going to probably achieve around about 97%. But the more you practice at 100%, you could possibly hit 100% on a good day. So, reading Sorbo's blog on his website, he claims that he has the best tools and that his methods are the best for window cleaning, and he's transformed window cleaning. You know, I'm thinking to myself, this guy, not only is he delusional, he's utterly hopeless, because I could never get him to understand that everything he's taught, everything he's made for window cleaning makes you work longer, harder, slower, and forever give you less results. So if he was right here, standing next to me right now, and he got his favourite squeegee, could be the Viper, could be the Cobra, could be the wide body channel, 100% of the time, guaranteed, this window, that window, any window on this house, any window on his house, I'm going to get my window cleaned a lot more efficiently, a lot more effectively than he would. But he has the best tools in the world, and he has the best techniques in the world, and he's transformed window cleaning. Have I transformed window cleaning? Well, for about 1% of window cleaners that are not hopeless, that might not have been useless when they first started using these tools, I've transformed, I've helped them, because I haven't done it for them, they've done it themselves. I've helped them transform their skills, their abilities, their forward thinking, their thinking 5 steps ahead, being exact, being precise, not working like a window cleaner, working more like a snooker player or a darts player, precise, accurate, skillful, thoughtful. But for 99.99%, let's say, of the window cleaning community, I've not touched them. But some people know about this, and they've tried it and they can't get on with it. The reason why you can't get on with it is because you're trying to work like I work, and it takes many, many years to work like I work. As I said, this is the example that I give. Don't try to be brave. Don't try to be better than what you are, because you are useless at using squeegees. This is the highest performing squeegee. You've got to become a high performing window cleaner. If you're hopeless, I'm sorry, there's no hope. But if you put this tool, saturate the washer. I like to put the soap on the window, saturate the washer, turn my washer both sides. Now I've got both sides of my washer done. I've only had to applicate this soap once, so it's a little time saver for me than putting 2 strips or more strips on my washer. Put a smaller tool in the right place at the right time, get the window cleaned in the most efficient and effective time that you possibly can do. And it will take many attempts, months, years before you become, let's say, proficient. It takes a long time. It's like a muscle, mind, hand connection. Thinking all these steps ahead, planning what you're going to do. If it doesn't work on this window one way, you've got to switch it up straight away. Not think about it, just switch it up. You know exactly what you've got to do. Now, people who use these tools and they can't use them, they go back to other tools. They say, well, their other tools are better. They're right, they are better because you're useless at using squeegees. So if you're using this squeegee, then you're going to be pretty much useless using a useless squeegee. You know, you just have to get what you can get out. But if you try to do what I say instead of try to do what I do, it will be 100% strike rate. But you've got to drop your ego. You've got to stop thinking you are really good at what you're doing. You're useless, guaranteed. You're useless. But you don't have to be useless. I didn't have to be useless. I started off being useless. I went a different route to most window cleaners. I don't work like a window cleaner. I don't think like a window cleaner. I think a lot more along the lines of a darts player, exact, precise, snooker player, exact, precise, footballer, exact, precise, skillful. None of these window cleaners on YouTube possess any of that. They don't have the information, they don't have the knowledge, and they definitely don't have the skill. Everything goes hand in hand, and you know, you got to decide for yourself. If you want to improve you as a window cleaner, are you useless or are you hopeless? And if you're hopeless, try to become useless, because you're going to be either one. If you've got an ego, then you have to drop the ego so you can become useless. And then once you're useless, you can improve. If you're hopeless, well, you're going to stay like most window cleaners on YouTube, and big egos, crap at using squeegees, crap information, experts are working longer, harder, slower, and forever getting less results.